Hello, everyone. My name is Amanda Heckman, and today I will be talking about the psychology myth that mentally ill people are violent. Mental illness is a topic that is more commonly talked about in recent years, and this is due to the fact that the stigma surrounding mental illness is diminishing. It is important that we continue to talk about mental illness so that people who have mental illness are more comfortable. Mental illness is often viewed as a spectrum from excelling into crisis. This varies from person to person. The media has a big effect on how people perceive life, and many people think that everything the media says is true, but this is also a myth because many things in the media are false and fabricated. The Shining is one of the first movies where many people are convinced that mental health is related to violence because the main character becomes more violent as the movie goes on, and he likely suffered from a mental illness. Another movie where we see this is the movie Halloween, where the main character has a mental illness and specifically targets people from his past traumas, so he is also perceived as a violent character. A real-life situation where this happened is the Columbine shootings, where two high schoolers shot and killed 12 of their fellow classmates, and the media often talked about how the two perpetrators were depressed instead of that they were just violent in general. A second real-life situation was the Virginia Tech shooting, where 32 victims were killed and the perpetrator was declared mentally ill in order to attend treatment, but he was not institutionalized. A TV show where we see this is in Grey's Anatomy, where a teenage girl was wrongly diagnosed with schizophrenia just because she was acting violent, and the doctors failed to realize that the real reason why she was acting so violent. In the movie The Beautiful Mind, we can see that in recent years, people have started to realize the stigma of mental illness is not related to violence. In this movie, there are people with schizophrenia who are non-violent and coping successfully with their symptoms. This wide variety of movies shows that many of what you see and watch on TV or in your living room is not related to real life, and is often dramatic. Just to reiterate, the myth is that mentally ill people are violent, and we know this is in fact wrong because only 3 to 5% of violent crimes were committed by people who were diagnosed with severe mental illness. Yes, a lot of people do assume that this is a fact when it's not, because even as many as 80% of Americans believe that mentally ill people are prone to violence. The fact is that 90% or more of people with severe mental illness, including schizophrenia, never commit violent acts, and that no one knows what it's like to have a mental illness unless you experience it. It is important that we show support for those who do, and we talk about it openly with them. Some more assumptions about mental health and violence being related to one another is that 60% of people believe that individuals with schizophrenia are violent. 68% believe that people who are depressed are violent. We need to stop the stigma surrounding mental health illness, and we should make sure to correct people if they say the wrong thing or discourage somebody with mental illness. It's important to educate in order to make sure that people are comfortable. Finding a group of support in your friends is very important as well, because people with mental illness look the same as everybody else. And it can make a big difference to somebody who has a mental illness if you are there for them, to talk to them, and show that they should not be scared to open up about their mental illness just in case people fear that they may be violent. If someone feels uncomfortable going towards friends or family, it is also important that college students know that you can find support anywhere in your classroom or from your advisors. The Tally Center is a great place to go to find support, as they offer both counseling services for academic and mental health support, and you can make an appointment through the UMW website. Please remember that at UMW, we are a community and that we are all here for you, and don't let a myth get in the way of you finding help or support you need. So thank you for watching my Ignite video, and remember to educate someone on mental illness today.